Guys, it's me. It's OnlyJayus. I just want to say I'm sorry. You know, back then I was so hateful and I had so much things built up inside of me. And you know, back then it was a thing where all of my friends were calling people niggers and oh okay, cool. All right, cool. Let's see
And
what
I
happened
am
to
so
her.
ashamed of myself for using racist rhetoric, and I am so sorry to everyone, but especially to those in the black community, because only you guys can forgive me for this.
One of the worst I've ever seen. She definitely took notes from the other crappy ones, is how a YouTube comment described OnlyJayus' public apology following just one of her numerous different
What did she
TikTok
do?
controversies.
What is going on with you white saviors that keep trying to defend Jayus for saying N-word lover, bro? You must say it too.
This is what makes OnlyJayus' story unique.
She said nigger
Despite having
lover.
incredibly uncontroversial content,
If you're at a house party and you got a drink in your hand, don't hold it up here by your chest. Try to hold it more down towards your hip. This will make you seem more open and confident, and people will be more willing to come up and talk to you.
she's found herself in a big scandal on the political TikTok battlefield every couple of months for the last 3 years.
At this point, people of color should not be following OnlyJayus.
Why is OnlyJayus more prone to getting involved in these types of controversies? Is it something to do with how she responds to those critical of her?
I barely text my family back, and I just had to move apartments because my address got leaked, and you're gonna throw a fit because I didn't make you my priority?
After a petition to ban OnlyJayus from TikTok garnered over 4
That little bang out that she had there seemed justified. Can't lie, if my address got linked, nothing's topping my priority list. But let me find out more.
100,000 signatures, it'd be safe to say that she's a contender for the platform's most hated creator. And while such a title seems unfair without any further information or knowledge, as we go through explaining how this hatred came to be, the reason for this title will become blatantly obvious, and it all began with a tweet made by OnlyJayus on the 9th of April 2020, just 12 months after she began posting videos to the website. I constantly feel like nobody actually likes me, so when I see thousands of hate comments saying, yeah, I never liked OnlyJayus, she's so annoying, Jayus seems like a horrible person, that pushed me to the edge. The harsh and possibly even backwards reality of life is that those who acknowledge and complain about hate only end up receiving more hate. In the beginning, OnlyJayus likely received a pretty standard amount of negative feedback, owing to maybe a slightly annoying delivery as she mentioned in her tweet. The problem that OnlyJayus had was that she really struggled to ignore criticism, and always seemed to give way too much attention to any situation in which there was some kind of negative sentiment against her name. It's got to be a running theme throughout this whole video, but it started with her simple inability to ignore basic negative comments such as, yeah, I never liked OnlyJayus, which is a pretty tame comment, giving her a foundational reputation as someone who would crack if you simply applied enough pressure. 3 months later, this reputation as a creator who would respond to negative criticism would continue after OnlyJayus discovered that another creator by the name of the Jonathan Moss had been copying some of her videos word for word.
Did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on who you are as a person and the things that could possibly happen to you?
Yo, did you know that your birth month actually has a huge effect on you and the things that can happen to you in your life?
People born
seen
in
that guy.
March are way more likely to have asthma, and I can actually speak to this one because my little sister, the only one born in March, has asthma.
People born in March are actually more likely to have asthma. And I can speak to that because my cousin, the only person born in March, has asthma.
OnlyJayus would
That's crazy. But people do that all the time, no? Like people literally recreate someone else's TikTok and post it. I thought that was a normal thing on TikTok.
respond to the copied videos
It's weird because of the asthma thing. I'll be real. It's weird because of the asthma thing.
in a tweet reading, TikTok creators should be called out when they copy other TikTok creators' videos word for word, alongside a video calling out the Jonathan Moss directly. Jonathan responded by stating that he'd simply found the information on Google, and as a result, OnlyJayus was berated and mocked by her audience, with them stating that she was in the wrong for copying the information from Google. This information is from a website. Why are you copying a copier? Copied from Google, then complains when others do the same. Which Business Insider article is this from? There was clearly a bit of an injustice being done here.
Yeah, everyone does it, but it would be annoying. See, I don't think it'd be annoying because I thought it was a normal thing. But if it's not a normal thing, I get how it'd be annoying. Yeah, I thought that was like, that's a genre of TikTok. People do duets on TikTok. People do stitches on TikTok. People recreate other videos.
state that her information was invalid because it was found on Google has got to be one of the dumbest arguments ever made. What did they expect her to do? Find some old 1850s foundational manuscript covered in dust at the National Library and take her facts from there? Jonathan Moss had clearly copied her videos word for word after OnlyJayus had posted them originally, meaning there was no doubt about who copied who. However, OnlyJayus was still painted as being in the wrong for one simple reason. They knew they could get a reaction out of her if they simply applied enough pressure, which they eventually would. After receiving hundreds of negative comments on her response, OnlyJayus would take to Reddit stating, he said that he found it on Google, which I mean he did, but only after watching my video. I'm now getting a huge amount of hate, people saying I'm lying. I copied Google too, I'm problematic, I should be cancelled, etc. I have a hard time dealing with the negativity. I still don't know what to do. I don't think I've done anything wrong. Maybe you do.
I've seen whole movies on TikTok, no reaction. Just the movie, this is live. It's normal. I mean, if you think of something original and copy it without using your sound or copying your video exactly. Okay, wait, you're saying it's normal, but if someone was to do that to me without atting me, okay, slightly, yeah, slightly at me. It depends on the type of video. Like if I told my personal joke, actually no, if you use your sound, yeah, they use the sound, don't they? Wait, not everyone does. My head. And what are you talking about, Breezy? You've seen whole movies on TikTok. But you're saying this is lighting compared to the things you've seen on TikTok.
But honestly, I don't see it. Now, you probably wouldn't go so far as to say that OnlyJayus was playing the victim, but she was once again complaining about the circumstances that she had found herself in. And to reiterate the point from earlier, complaining about hate doesn't make it go away, but rather amplifies it, as the audience will look for increasingly petty things to berate you for. With this in mind, it's barely surprising to find out that approximately 6 months later, an old message would be dug up in which OnlyJayus had said the N-word, taking center stage as her brand new colossal-sized controversy.
I love you no matter your sex, your gender, your sexuality, your faith, or your race.
Guess that didn't age well, cause this you at the bottom calling someone the hard ER, a word used to oppress black people. This is why I don't trust people with savior complexes, bro. I feel like it's always a second agenda behind what you do. If you say it's 2 to 3 years old, you were 20 years old when you said it. The other day, Addison was canceled for old BLM tweets from 2016. Let's see if everyone keeps the same energy. You're a role model to 10 million people, bro. I hope things get better, and I hope you educate.
Okay, cool. It's another typical case of cancel culture. But the problem with that is that I've never rated cancel culture, and in this case, I still don't. She said that how many years ago? Of course she's changed. If she hasn't changed, then there's a problem. But if she's changed, then it's really you missed the chance to cancel her, in my opinion. It's normal, but I mean, oh wait, I'm reading the same one again. I think it's really weird to scroll on this. It scrolls a bit too much. I think it's different if you take a movie and post parts of it on your TikTok rather than taking a person's joke. Yeah, I'm saying nothing is original on TikTok. Yeah, it's not nice to copy, but it will happen regardless. Yeah. I mean, if you do find your niche, that's how you'll blow more. But yeah, this is just a typical case of cancel culture. You know what I mean? I guess it's a case that people don't know if she's changed. It's true, you don't, but are you going to put the effort to find out? If you mess with her videos, carry on. If you don't. You dig this up from her past, but people are just going to use it to get views on TikTok. That black guy, he probably blew off of TikTok because of it. I ain't never seen his face before.
There were a couple of comments in support of OnlyJayus, however, as a whole, and understandably, the response was mostly negative. All these white people saying, it happened 4 years ago. Literally, it doesn't matter. She did it and needs to take responsibility. The hard ER, she's done. And at OnlyJayus, you got caught.
Yeah, take responsibility. Say, yeah, cool. I said this 4 years ago, but at the time, I thought it was cool. Over the years, I've matured and I realized it's not. I'm sorry. Boom. Can't lie. Slightly carry on with your life. More time, most people like look what happened to Logan Paul, man. And to PewDiePie, he said the N-word. Pokimane said the N-word. She'll pull through, but she can't handle negative stuff. That's why she probably won't.
In 4K. The best way that JS could have responded to this expose would have either been no response at all, or a short, cool, calm, collected, unemotional post or video. Alternatively, she could have thrown a real curveball and simply said,
Nah, he's popular on political TikTok. Alright, fairs, man's not on that side. I don't care for politics and my entertainment.
I'm not sorry, which would have actually been respectable, as it's 100 times harder than simply getting in front of the camera and blurting out some pre-written stupid script with the goal of suppressing the criticism in the short term. However, with a track record like OnlyJayus, obviously she did none of these, and rather posted a long, emotionally charged, scripted, generic social media apology, which felt as though it was designed to trick the audience into coming away with a specific feeling, as is usually the case with these types of public apologies.
And there is no excuse, and there are no justifications for what I said, and you guys deserve better. And when I first saw the screenshots, I didn't even think that they were real, because I forgot how hateful and how angry of a person I used to be.
Another YouTuber slash TikToker by the name of Papa Gut, who spoke to JS on the phone.
Her apology wasn't that bad, what the heck? Bringing it up is calm to somewhat hold them accountable. But what the problem is that people don't give them a chance to show or say, exactly, these apologies are so cringe and bad. I admit yeah, of course. Personally, if I was to do an apology video, I'd be like, all right, cool. Yeah, I did this. No, I see I was wrong. Cool. I admit that. I admit I was wrong. Sorry about that. Can't lie. What else do you want me to do? That's what I'm doing. What else do you want me to do? What else do you want me to do? I'm not gonna cry. I was just, all right, cool. No, I'll be my team. I'll be real. This is my heartfelt apology. I won't do it again. So the next reaction that we're reacting to, it like, what else do you want me to do in an apology video? You say sorry, that's it. You say sorry, you mean it. I agree. And when you do something in the past or present, it will always come to light. So the consequences will occur regardless. It's true, especially when you blow. It makes you think, like, do you really want to go up in life? Like, do you want your past sins to be blurted out? But more time, all the people cancelling her probably done the same thing or worse in the past. And you just get cancelled more. And that's a bad apology. I would just get cancelled more. Bro, I can't lie. At that point, I don't know what you want to do. Cancel me more, innit? I'll make content. If my content falls off, then I'll start making content.
Prior to the apology, thought that the intentions were sincere, and
I think the difference is the problem with these content creators is that their life is content creation. I'll be real. At Twitch, my YouTube is a hobby. It was never a plan to be, and it probably will never be my main revenue source. I don't want it to be, in fact. I want it to be a side thing. But I'm saying that from now, and I say this in the future. So
the apology was simply delivered poorly.
I actually had a private phone call conversation with JS about this situation. She seemed pretty sincere about how sorry she was. Again, like I said, I thought she was being genuine. What she produced was...
And if that's a bad apology, then what's a good apology?
Rough. It was less than...
If the apology that I just did is bad, what's a good one?
Stellar.
Others such as Freak the Gemini were...
But then you've destroyed your channels where you could have had them continue by saying, what's a proper apology?
Less.
You're saying those ones are cringy. What's a proper one?
Optimistic.
You literally hit us with a Playboy Cardi album. All that suspense just for it to be trash. The worst insult you could tell somebody was liking black people. Wow.
With the scandal being shared across every platform imaginable, OnlyJayus would also lose all of her sponsors, as well as a Netflix podcast she'd been hosting by the name of Know It All. At Tinder, this is what your walking ad is saying. She has a Netflix podcast. Everyone needs to tag at Netflix.
Netflix has cut ties with JS. Big dubs.
No, I can't lie. That's evil. I'll be real. I can't lie. That's evil. Going out of your way to ensure someone's downfall, because even if they did something wrong, do it like, cool, she did something wrong. You make a TikTok about it. You let people know that she did something wrong. Cool. Contacting Netflix, contacting her sponsors, doing this and this to make sure she goes down. That's evil. I can't lie. That's evil. If it happens naturally, it happens naturally. But going out of your way to do it, nah, I'll be real, that's evil.
OnlyJayus was clearly...
This guy got cancelled too for trying to tell a black person how to react to racism. The black guy. Bro, doesn't surprise me. And ooh, there was a clip that they showed at the beginning of the video where some woman was like, "Can't lie, no black person should be following OnlyJayus." I hate stuff like that. Don't you just because you're my race doesn't mean you have the right to tell me what to do. You know what I mean? I don't have to react how you react to something. If I don't follow her, I don't rate her content. It's not interesting to me personally. But if I mess with her content and I forgave her, I'd stay following her. Say sorry, explain why you felt justified in the moment and how you were in the past, then move forward and show change. Okay, cool. Okay, in my apology, I just didn't explain how I felt justified in the moment, but who cares and why you felt justified? They're not gonna accept it anyway. So why say it? If I say, if I, oh, I'm black, what can I do wrong? If I was white and I called someone a nigger in the past, and I said, oh, I felt justified because, you know, all my friends were saying it at the time, and, you know, and no one's gonna be like, oh, all their friends were saying it. They're gonna be like, why did you say it anyway? Just because if your friends would just jump off a cliff, would you do it? That's what they're gonna say. So why would I say it? No, it was the big white guy with the beard. Oh, the big white guy with the beard got cancelled. Yes. Look at Nella Rose's apology video for her racist tweets. Gee, she's black. That's friendly fire. Her people trying to cancel her. By that logic, you shouldn't apologize. No. It's not by that logic you shouldn't apologize. If you're not gonna hear why I said the reason why I said what I said, all you need to know is that I'm sorry that I said it. I'm not gonna do it again. What's the reason and benefit? I mean, if that's what you're saying makes a good apology video, ideally, I mean, I don't want to have to say it. Okay, I need it to be said even from now. Like my opinions, I've had time to marinate on my opinions for the most part. In it, the ones that I've had, like say my religious beliefs and whatnot, they're set in stone. They're not going to change. The short-term ones, like say on certain political issues, like say maybe Russia and Ukraine, I might say something today. I might say something in the next month that's different. Who knows? Because I know nothing about. All I know is that they're beefing. I don't know why they're beefing. I don't know when they. I don't even know when they started beefing. I just know that they're beefing. But what's it called? Certain points, I'm steadfast on, and they're not going to change. So if you want to cancel me, do it now. They will hear if you articulate it properly, but all apologies are the same and the blueprint is bad. Okay, so let me do an apology with guys. It's me. It's OnlyJayus. I just want to say I'm sorry. You know, back then I was so hateful and I had so much things built up inside of me, and you know, back then it was a thing where all of my friends were calling people niggers, and you know, oh, I stopped already. Let me start again. Guys, it's me, OnlyJayus. You know, obviously we all know about the things that have been going around, you know, the screenshots that have been sent around, and I just want to let everyone know that I'm truly sorry. Back then yeah, don't worry, I'm doing a rerun. Back then I you know, I was at a rough patch, and I be real, there was deep rooted racism within me. I knew people that was saying the N-word. I had black friends that even, you know, gave me the N-word pass. So I guess I thought it was okay, and I just lashed out and I ended up saying this. Now, back then, you know, I thought it was right, but now I realize it's wrong. You know, there's nothing wrong with you know, loving black people. That's not what that, you know, that's just not who I am anymore. This was 3 4 years ago, and now I've changed. So I just want to say I'm sorry, and I'm ready to move forward and do whatever I can to rectify the situation, and I want to show you guys that I've changed. So I mean, if you're willing to forgive me, then I'd really appreciate it. Other than that, it's OnlyJayus signing off. She tried to evoke emotion and was doing slow with the dramatic subtitles. It looked like a parody. Parody and of apology. Alright, cool, but rate my apology. Out of 10, rate my apology. Rate my apology. I put effort into that. I really tried to follow the scripts that you put. I tried to follow the script that you put, Maestros. He said, say sorry, explain why you felt justified in the moment and how you were in the past, then move forward and show change. I'm trying to follow it. Damn, do I need to get all of my cancelable opinions out of the way right now? Or something? I just need to lay them all out in one video. That's why I like people like Trey Rags and Griffey. Man will say something. I said it didn't seem genuine. Maybe it was the accent. Of course, I'm pretending to be American. I'm not American. Forget the accent, man. It's kind of generic though. You need to not include how other people gave you justification to do something. Oh man, but if that's the justice, I don't know. I'm black. I've been able to say the N-word since I was born. Like, I don't know why a white person would say it, apart from them being given permission. Now, what justification, like, someone tell me, what justification can a white man have, or white girl have, to say the N-word? Because you were young and had a mind of your own. Because I was young and I had a mind of my own. That is you saying, in other words, I was a few years younger than how I am now, and I intentionally thought to do this. A mind of your own means you thought to do that. I intentionally thought to say that you're a nigger lover. What?
Feeling the pressure, and understandably wanted to make things right with her audience. So she'd end the apology by stating that she wanted to
share my platform with some amazing black creators who are going to tell their story to try and educate others on the trauma that happens when we use this kind of language.
Which would eventually result in her and another African-American content creator by the name of Aunt Karen agreeing to collaborate on OnlyJayus.
That's you chose the black person with the worst TikTok handle in the world. I said Aunt Karen. Oh my, they're all gonna call her a coon before they even listen to what she's saying, bro. But you did intentionally think that. Fair enough. I guess your way of saying it is a numbed version of saying, yeah, I intentionally said the N-word. The only reason she wanted to say it is because she wanted to harm the person she was saying it to. Look at her eyes. Her eyes don't look too bad to me. Missing something?
OnlyJayus' channel. In addition to this, 2 weeks after the apology, OnlyJayus would go to the effort of posting a video talking about how she had read a book on anti-racism.
The first book that I decided to pick up was How to Be Anti-Racist by Dr. Ibram Kendi, and this will push readers that think that they're not racist into being something better.
To her credit, she did acknowledge that it was a grift in the title, stating, "I know it might come off as performative, talking about this at the end of Black History Month, but I'm trying to just educate myself and use my platform for good." However, her audience wasn't buying any of the lies. I bet after this video she just tossed the book like it's nothing. That seems like an amazing book for you, but I think you missed some pages. Maybe you missed a few chapters, read it again. But hey, at least she was still in the process.
That's just trolling. That's just trolling. Come on now. That's just trolling. Those comments are not deep. If she took those comments personally, she's doing too much. Look at her eyes. She wanted you to feel them. Oh, yeah, you could hear her croaking up and trying to cry. No, Aunt Karen is 30. Are you sure? Because that name is brazy. At that point, they're not even her audience. Well, they're not. They're just haters.
Of sharing her platform with some other black content creators as she promised, right? Well, no.
So this message is for you, OnlyJayus, after your whole N-word debacle. Said you want to collaborate with me. We email, and suddenly you've dropped off the face of the earth. Are black people just tokens for you to use when you're ready to play? If you were really truly sorry about what you said, you would not have lied and said you were going to do something you clearly aren't trying to do.
The TikTok essentially outlined that after agreeing to collaborate, OnlyJayus would ghost this creator by the name of Aunt Karen once everyone had forgotten about the drama. Now, to OnlyJayus' credit, Aunt Karen's callout was even more pathetic than Jayus' original apology, because setting up a collaboration with another creator can be incredibly difficult. There's always problems relating to difference in content style, difference in schedule, difference in time zones, the problem of coming up with a video idea that will be a hit with both audiences, what part of the script do I allocate to the other person, etc, etc. Yet, Aunt Karen's argument in the callout was, because OnlyJayus ghosted me, she's therefore a racist.
Why not just be racist? Just say you're racist.
Now, maybe there was some racism involved in the decision.
I can't lie, that's slice like wet. Her doing this is slice like wet. I mean, it was most likely the case where OnlyJayus was like, okay, yeah, I'll do this. Wait, I don't really need to do this anymore, so let me just leave it there. The only problem is that she said she would do it, so you should follow through. I believe that you should try and be a man of your word, man or woman of your word. But other than that, it's not like her not doing it doesn't mean she's racist. But anyone at this point can use OnlyJayus to get some attention.
Who knows? But it's still a lazy, low-hanging fruit argument designed to create drama out of the highly likely reality, being that
Even the guy in the video agrees with me.
collaborations are just incredibly difficult to set up successfully. In addition to this, a feature on OnlyJayus' page with over 10 million followers is going to cost a brand probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, and despite OnlyJayus offering one of these spots to Aunt Karen for free, Aunt Karen still seemed to narcissistically think that she was the one providing OnlyJayus with the opportunity.
I really gave you an opportunity.
It doesn't, but it means she lacks integrity. If done purposefully. Oh, first. Yeah, slightly, yeah. Yeah.
I really said, you know what, Aunt Karen? Let's see what she has to say. Let's see how we can mutually help each other.
Aunt Karen's call-out was entitled and poorly thought out, but not invalid for one simple reason. OnlyJayus made a promise.
Yeah.
There are obviously exceptions, but most of the time,
If it wasn't a promise, she'd be calm. If she said, I don't know what I can do, maybe I could do something like this or this. She didn't say, I'm going to do it. She said, maybe I'll do it. So it's calm. She did give her an opportunity, though. Who gave who the opportunity? An opportunity and opportunity to save herself. Wait, the Karen said something else? Or you're saying in general? Like, are you saying that Karen gave her another opportunity, or are you talking about the original opportunity?
you say you're going to do something publicly, you have to follow through with it or people are going to notice. Jayus would initially discuss the ghosting in an Instagram voice message.
So I am sorry for basically ghosting you. I didn't mean to do that. I just have a very chaotic schedule and ADHD on top of that. So I genuinely just forgot. It wasn't me trying to ignore you. You could have just hit me up again, but instead you decided to go public and try to add public pressure onto me, and that's not cool. So I don't want to collaborate.
Which will once again receive a response from Aunt Karen, explaining that she had emailed OnlyJayus multiple times with no reply.
You're gonna put it on me? In your voicemail, you said I should have emailed you again? April.
Karen says she gave her an opportunity. The guy in the video. Oh. Yes. I'll be real. Jayus saying, because you tried to out me, I don't want to do a collab with you anymore, is justified. But yeah, if Karen's right about she actually tried to hit her up and Jayus aired it, then it's a bit of a sticky one. I can't lie. The Jayus girl, she shugged herself by talking too much in the apology. Like talking way too much. She talked way too much in the apology. And yeah, by dragging it. Like, it's I'll do the apology, follow Maestro A2 script that he gave me. People who will forgive you, forgive you. People who don't forgive you, don't forgive you. Carry on with your life.
4th, I emailed you. How many times do you expect me to message you, waiting on you to continuously ghost me?
Now, OnlyJayus probably could have left it at that, and the drama would have been over within 4 weeks. However, as Papa Gut said most accurately,
For whatever reason, Jayus doesn't know how to just stop. Like, when somebody criticizes Jayus responds, and that's the worst thing.
and in classic OnlyJayus fashion, she'd post another emotionally charged response to the drama.
Today's episode of What Are People Mad at Me For Now? Not checking my emails in a timely manner. I was joking. Forgot to respond to an email from this creator that wanted to collab with me, and instead of just like hitting me up again, they made 7 videos about it. Can you please leave me the f alone? I have a
That's wet. I'll be real. Why are you shouting?
diagnosed neurological disorder that makes me forget things and procrastinate due to time blind.
Bro, at this point it's more than a hole, man. It's a well. It's becoming a chasm. You know what I mean? Like, oh, why?
I forget to eat for days. I procrastinate sleep for
We mentioned earlier that the more attention OnlyJayus gave to each of these scandals, the more she'd be held accountable for increasingly petty incidents. Well, after this explosive response, the things that her audience would call her out on were taken to the absolute extreme. For example, she would post this video.
You can get your letters delivered for free without any postage if you just put where you want it to go on the return address instead of where it's actually supposed to be.
Which would get the post office activists involved with comments such as, yes, please encourage people to do activities that cause the already failing post office to lose more money. Or when she posts this video saying nothing more than what degree she did.
That the person who commented, you're wet because you most likely used the technique. We're not.
So I got my college degrees in math and computer science, which means that I was never really good at writing.
To receive comments such as, I thought you would have majored in saying slur sciences. However, it
That's just trolling.
eventually got to the point where OnlyJayus couldn't even make jokes anymore without being cancelled. Seriously. On the 23rd of May 2021, OnlyJayus would post the following video.
If a service dog ever approaches you but they're alone, that means that their owner's in trouble and they probably can't move, so you should follow him, because you'll get a free wallet.
It was clearly a light-hearted joke, summed up in comments such as, she probably said the wallet thing to lighten the mood of something bad. Obviously she wouldn't take a wallet and probably knew that most people would. Bro, do people get this as a joke? Y'all are so sensitive. However, the rest of her audience simply saw yet another opportunity to put OnlyJayus through another period of hardship. Can't believe this is still.
Didn't she want to show she wasn't the same person? And ADHD isn't an excuse. It's not. Oh. She says she forgets to eat for days, which, if she does, was not caused by ADHD, because I don't think ADHD can do that.
Still up. It's obvious that it's a joke, but some people may still
I don't know much about ADHD though.
do it. It could start a trend.
Okay, can't believe this is a startup. It's obvious that it's a joke, but some people may still do it. It could start a trend. Oh.
What you post on the internet reaches so many people, and some of those people may be inconsiderate or apathetic towards others and do something wrong as a joke that highly affects another person. Take some YouTube and TikTok prank channels for example.
When is it going to be enough to say OnlyJayus is not a good creator, should not be followed, and should not be listened to? My child, they are a service dog user. This is not a kind of joke you want to be.
Oh my. Bro, if I show chat that my shows, remember the TikTok that I showed you with the vest? The TikTok I made a brazy TikTok. Why? Because I've seen people make brazy TikToks. People make TikToks talking about and comments talking about the maddest of stuff. I'm talking like rape, I'm talking murder, I'm talking rare tear. This person makes a joke, and everyone's joking on TikTok, obviously. But what's it called? This person makes a joke about a wallet, and you're taking it this far. You're wet. You're riding a wave. You're trying to get views. Fair enough, but you're doing it at the expense of someone else, type thing. Which, have I done? I don't think so. Is me posting the video the guy who said nigger to me on Omegle riding a wave? Is that the same? I don't think it is, but yeah. Like, oh my day. Everyone knows that when someone says a bad joke, like a joke that's like cancelable, they do that. They do that sound, you know, it's a good joke, great even, but did it, you know that sound I'm talking about. But what's it called? They're riding the wave. That's what surfers do.
Out there. It's not funny to anybody who uses a service dog.
With all this in mind, the petition with over 400,000 signatures to have OnlyJayus banned is barely a surprise. She dug herself into a hole by displaying an inability to switch off from the audience after being involved in scandal after scandal after scandal. Sometimes criticism from the audience is genuine and can be spotted easily because it's worded in a constructive way, but a lot of the time, without them even realizing it, people write mean or critical things just to see if you're the type of person to crack, respond, or apologize, as has been the
I know he inverted it because that's what the crime documentaries do, but it makes it look like it's from a different website.
case throughout OnlyJayus' entire TikTok career. She's been tested over and over and over, yet has been unable to switch off and let things go whenever she's been put under pressure. As an end result, there's not only a loss of respect, but also a never-ending freight train
I said
of
you
negativity
signed
and
it.
hatred.
I wouldn't sign it. Yo, man said the Ace family deserves their failure. That's deep. Yeah, I wouldn't sign it. Only because the only thing, she has made it worse for herself. This is just pattern up, man. This is pattern up.